soon, inshallah. I will do a collaboration with Travel Scott.
I myself am a recent graduate from Roots. I also host a radio show and podcast at Radio Pakistan.
I'm into neuroscience, so I've been researching upon them and trying to make innovative ways.
I wrote a paper on that, and that was selected in the Central Bank of Ireland, where they offered me a position.
I was reading something that over 7,000 MBBS doctors are unemployed and they have spent over 1 crore.
I think passion is very important in whatever success stories we have seen.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is your host Tagreed Iftikhar. I welcome you to the very first podcast hosted by Roots International Schools and Colleges. I have with me some of the amazing alumni from Roots and MINC. I myself am a recent graduate from Roots. I was also a part of an exchange program which is called the YES program. I also host a radio show and podcast at Radio Pakistan. So we are here for a very fun and exciting episode. Stay tuned. Let's welcome our guests on the podcast. We have Ishal Arooj with us. We have Minahil Akil. We have Arish Nowan. We have Muhammad Hassan. And we also have the CEO of Roots International Schools and Colleges, Mr. Waleed Mushtaq, with us as well. Welcome you all to the podcast. I am looking forward to this engaging conversation. We will be talking about all of your experiences. We'll be also asking questions from Sir Waleed, especially as the CEO, how he manages everything. How big is the responsibility on his shoulders as an educationist? So, first of all, tell me about your experience at Roots. And some of you are here after a very long time. So how does it feel to be back at Roots, Ishal?
Yes, I am very, very excited to be back. My school has given me a lot. I mean, the mission that it goes for, striving for excellence, is something that it instills in us. And just coming back to my school's building, I feel that that excellence is coming back to me.
Mm-hmm. So you came here after a really long time. Do you think anything is similar or things have changed? Feeling of nostalgia up?
The campus has changed. The architecture is still same, but the paints and the other things have changed. The faculty, meeting my teachers have been a great pleasure. Just walking into the admissions office, seeing Sir Timur there and other teachers have been great.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever met Sir Waleed before when you were here?
Yeah, many times.
So, how was that interaction with him? Tell me, do you see any change?
No, I think he's the same. Okay.
Well, she says that you're the same, Sir Waleed. How would you like to answer that question?
So mentally, I would wish to be the same, but I think, of course, by virtue of the capacity and the intelligence and the expectation and the ambition of students like Ishal and the panel present over here, it's amazing. I think it's at times I would think that this is taking a mental drain on me, but I think in a constructive and a positive manner, because I think that's what thrives you to do more and to achieve more and to learn more and more and more. I think that the sky is the limit.
Yes, definitely the sky is the limit. Okay, Ishal, tell me about your journey from Roots to IBA, and then you're currently working at the Central Bank of Ireland. Talk me about the experience. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so I started my journey at Roots. I'm very thankful to Allah Almighty and my parents, my brother, who had given me this opportunity to study at this prestigious institute. Roots actually gave me the academic stimulus that I wanted to start my academic journey in my undergrad. The curiosity, I did economics from Roots as well. So the curiosity that it built in me, seeing the assumption of how all consumers are rational, is something that I don't see in the real world. It sort of intrigued me to learn more about the subject and go more into the behavioral side to see how consumers are actually not rational and how they are making their economic decisions. And that's what Roots gave me. And that is exactly when I was applying for my university, I focused on this only, and I applied to economics and maths program at IBA. And from there onwards, I worked on a lot of research projects with World Bank, with UNDP, with other notable names in Pakistan. And I explored a lot of communities within the district, within Karachi and Sindh, where I looked at how people are making their economic decisions actually, and how collective decision making is happening. So, and that actually, I wrote a paper on that, and that was selected in the Central Bank of Ireland, where they offered me a position, and since then I'm working there.
That's amazing. So Ishal, I see that economics was your passion from the beginning. this is what you've always been passionate
Yes.
about. So, Raleen, my question for you is, how important do you think is for a student to be passionate about what they really want to do?
Well, I think couldn't be a better example than what we've seen the Olympian, Arshad Nadeem doing wonders for the country and for the youth and adding so much of stimulus, for our young generation. And I think, if you have passion, you have commitment and you have drive, sky is the limit. And I think, it's kind of inherently, you have to be, compassionate and passionate about everything. There has to be a passion about everything. And I say to students, you want to be a millionaire in people's hearts and minds. And then so the first thing is you got to reach 1 million people. You reach 1 million people in terms of audiences, and then you think about, and if you're passionate about reaching those 1 million people, whether it is banking, finance, inclusivity, fashion, retail, social capital entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, and then maybe you'll become a queen of hearts. You'll be a queen of monetization content or subsequently. So I think passion is very important in whatever success stories we've seen, in careers and students' ambitions. And I'll tell the students that we see we're generally a very passionate population. The young demographic is 75% of our youth is young, and they're passionate about what they want to do.
Yes.
Whether if we apply the passion in the right format, we will apply passion. That now you saw the passion of welcoming Arshad Nadeem to Pakistan.
Yes.
The whole nation, there was a frenzy at Lahore airport. It was like a celebrity, massive, and to this village and to the motorway preparation, the whole nation was glued on. So everything which we do, if we do it collectively and if we do it in the right sense and format, we can do wonders as a nation. And so, but the challenge is that we need to overcome those negativity and obstacles in our way. So, I tell to the youth that, in a global digital world, sky is the limit. You now sitting over here in Islamabad, in Lahore, in Sialkot, in Mia Channu, in next to Narwal, perhaps you can reach out to the world. And I think what Arshad Nadeem has done in the last 40 years, perhaps it's an ideal case study for the youth who are aligning themselves on the right trajectory in what they have to do.
Even if you don't have the opportunities, but you have the passion, you must shoot for it.
You must stick down to the core, and then as an institution, that we are the enablers, then we are perhaps the enablers, and perhaps what we do is we put in our own expertise, engagement, experience, credibility at stake. Let's say for students, embassy appointments, their career placements. I was in London at the University of London graduation ceremony in July, just about a month ago. And I met with about, 25 and 30 of our alumni, and some of them who had applied to all the top leading Asia. You're fortunate you're working at a leading. The other day, we had a student who's working in Singapore, JP Morgan, which is a top 3 bank. She was I believe she was your class fellow. And also, then we went out of the way to facilitate, to get those students for their industrial appointment with leading multinational, with banks. We had our alumni placed at those institutions. And all. So I think by virtue of the right contact and fraternity, you can tap into the contacts, to have digital profiles, to go on LinkedIn. The other day we were having a discussion, make LinkedIn your best friend, make digital YouTube, you may have like 500,000 subscribers and followers, but how to leverage that, how to post content which may not be structured yet, but you have to start from somewhere instead of, getting and being a victim of your own creation. And then we keep on saying, oh my God, there's opportunities. But I think sky's the limit.
Somebody has to be the first drop.
Absolutely, and do that. And then you've seen wonders happening in our community, in our atmosphere as well. I tell the students, you look at, our aviation sector, our hospitality, food, tourism, travel. I was reading that there was over 9 million people have, I think, perhaps traveled to KP just in the last couple of months.
Tourism is booming.
Tourism. If it's to be projected in the right format, there's a lot of opportunity we're a huge 250 million consumption-driven economy. And the challenge is that consumption-driven economy, it needs to be funneled back, and the exports leverage. Exports could be in digital sense, in tech, in high-tech industry, in support instruments. There's a lot of mileage which we can draw.
Yeah. And then what I like about this, Arshad, this whole Olympic thing, it happened at the perfect time, because I heard that a lot of people were not feeling the spirit for 14th August, which is the day after tomorrow. So I think when Arshad Nadeem won the gold medal, the whole nation was celebrating it. And we were together as a nation after a really long time. I think that unity that we saw, it was something that we were missing in a really long time. And a lot of people were also saying that in cricket we've not performed well, but this is something that we as a nation are really proud, and we are just very happy, extremely happy over this achievement. Sarwaleed, you also mentioned being the millionaire of hearts. Over here, we have Muhammad Hassan, who has over 300,000 followers on his Instagram and TikTok. He's a visual effects artist. So how does it like to be a content creator? I've seen your content. It's very different. What is your creative process? How do you design all of that effects? And, what's your whole creative process?
So basically, I started like content creation in 2020. Back in 2020, I was doing like video editing and like doing all the like vlogging stuff. So at that time, I've seen some videos on Instagram. So there might be some people who are like standing on a green screen background, and they just like remove their background and then change it into like 3D and the stuff. So at that time, I had like I don't have a PC at that time. It was like a very low specs PC, but I was doing freelancing as well. So then I bought a PC back in like 2023, and then like I started doing content creation. So it was not hard, but it was not easy at all. So basically the whole trend started from like the US, because in Pakistan there is no like such a field like VFX. No one cares about like what is VFX. They will say like this is cartoon and something like that. But I started that when I posted my first video, that got like 10 million views within like 2 days.
Oh, wow.
After that, I posted like 2 videos, and the other one got like 45 million views, and I achieved over like 100K followers in like 3 days. So it was good, but my whole viewership was from like tier 1 countries like the USA, UK, America. So in Pakistan, I don't think so. Like there's such a scope, but as a youth, I think we should contribute that in our like society. I think we should tell them like what is VFX. You should learn that. You should like work in Hollywood.
I was also thinking कि आजकल हर कोई चाह रहा था हम content creator बने. हर कोई TikTok पे, everybody has their account, everyone's on Instagram. But you know what? You are such a good inspiration for all those people. कि yes, do post content, but it should be something different. अब जैसे आपका काम I saw, and it was, you guys should see his work. He's amazing. The transitions that he's made on his Instagram account, they deserve 1 million views, because his work, it's amazing, sir. Like, the process that he's explaining, there's a green screen, and then you remove it, and there's a whole different set behind him. So you're a great inspiration for all the Pakistani youth who wants to become a content creator, who wants to become a freelancer, but they don't know how to start. So you start from scratch, and this is a big example.
Yeah, so basically, I started like, it was just like you just learning like video editing, and then you transform that into visual effect, and then you transform that into like 3D animation. So it's like a different pathway. The first one is like video editing, the second one is like 3D animation, and the third one is like visual effect. Visual effect is basically like the most booming field in like America, USA, UK. So it's kind of different in Pakistan. Recently, there was a movie like The Umro AR. I think you might have seen that movie on like cinema, etc. And there
The
was
one with Usman Mustar? Umro IR.
yeah, The Umro AR. Yeah, so that was like the second movie in Pakistan. And then recently there was a guy.
I think there were some visual effects in Mollajet as well.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. So basically, the first one was Mollajet, and the second one that I've seen was like the Umro IR, and the third one there was like not a movie, not a VFX movie, but
Glass Road.
yeah, Glass Worker.
The glass
Glass
worker.
Worker.
Yeah.
So basically, it's kind of different thing, like visual effect, and this is like hand drawing animation. So
Yeah,
it's like 2D. These are like the different things from each other. So I think we should like learn those things from like YouTube. Basically, I haven't bought any course from like YouTube, Udemy, and all the other paid platforms. I've learned each and everything from YouTube. So I think you should learn that as well. And I think Pakistan should have a name on like a big VFX movie. So I think you might know like Larib Atta. She was a daughter of a singer.
Ataullah Isa Khelbi.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's done a lot of Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
And
She worked in like Avengers
a
movie.
lot of Hollywood movies.
She's like first Pakistani woman who work in Hollywood movies, but there are like some few people as well in Pakistan who work in those movies. So I think it's kind of inspirational. journey. So I think you might see those guys, or you should learn those things as well.
So we're going to see you in those Hollywood movies sooner than later.
Yeah, inshallah.
Name behind all of this.
Absolutely.
Basically,
That's the ambition.
yeah, maybe. So basically, I'm doing a collaboration with Swelly and Lil Baby. So I think you might seen that song, We Can Go Band for Band.
I haven't.
So basically, there was a guy I'm gonna do a collaboration with him, and soon, inshallah, I will do a collaboration with Travis Scott and Jason Derulo.
Oh, wow. These are big names you're going to be
Yeah,
working with.
basically, they messaged me on my Instagram.
Amazing. Travis Scott, I believe, was in Paris at the
Yeah, he just he did something wrong, and then police arrested him. That.
But no, that's huge. You're going to be working with Travis Scott. He's such a big name in the music industry, and this is a huge accomplishment for him and as well as for us.
Absolutely, for the whole of Pakistan, for the whole country.
So basically,
So that's the kind of impetus and opportunity. Huh?
yeah, it is.
मसला क्या है? मसला क्या है? Problem क्या है?
Problem ये कि
Negativity लोगों के mind में ऐसे कि it's a mindset. Correct the mindset and then everything will be corrected.
अब वो जो सोचते हैं ना कि एज अ पाकिस्तानी एज अ देसी पीपल, वो कहते हैं कि आप चार्ज कम करते हैं, क्योंकि हमारे ये ना कि हमारे जो देसी पीपल है वो एज कम्पेयर टू लाइक अमेरिकन इन द लाइक
वो अपने आप को they price themselves.
Yeah.
very cheap, like
Freelancing world के अंदर भी ये challenge है.
Yeah.
So you instead of tapping into the top element of content which could be monetized in terms of the high yield, वो low yield को tap in कर रहे हैं. I think by virtue of that, but I think sooner than later, by virtue of awareness and I think there has to be constructive engagement and a strategy in place.
Yes. Arish Numan, you recently visited Germany for a student camp. Tell me about the experience. How did you learn about the camp, and how did Roots provide you with that opportunity?
Actually, so German was part of my syllabus from grade 6, and I've been learning it forever. And I've engaged in many German camps, courses. I've been doing this my whole 2020. So, and there were so many examination processes. So I had quite the profile.
Okay.
And Roots is such an amazing school. It like provides this global platform to people. So we always have this opportunity given to us every year, and my teachers, everyone supported me, and they gave my name for the application, and that's how everything was processed.
Okay.
And Germany in itself, the whole visit, I think it was an eye-opening experience. Apart from all the enjoyment, apart from all the visits, the friends, something I really want to highlight about Germany is their discipline, German discipline.
Yeah.
All of us have heard of it. Quite a meme on the internet as well, but I think that's the sole reason for why Germany is such an amazing country. Its economy, it's booming, its people, its society, and the simplicity of their lifestyle. That I thought Pakistan was simple, but those people are actually way simpler. I had, we got a visit from one of the people from the parliament. He came on a bike. No one with him supporting him. It's that simple there. And Germany, culturally, historically, apart from all the views, it has so much significance. I especially went to a city that had links to Romans, coal. So that was also pretty interesting because we got to see a lot of the things, and especially World War II as well.
Mm-hmm.
Something I also really appreciate about Germany is how accepting they are.
Yeah.
We all know that World War II was a tragedy, and people really don't like to talk about it. We kind of run it out. But they were really opening about it. They explained it to us. They told us the causes, reasons, and I really appreciate them for being this open about something that delicate. And social networking, I've made amazing friends. Probably I'm not going to find friends like them anywhere else. I really appreciate them. Still in contact with them. So I think that this trip, it was amazing. And I really appreciate all my teachers, Roots.
I think it was not only just an educational experience for you, but the connections that you've made, they're going to be with you for a lifetime.
Yeah.
I was also an exchange student, and I feel like the best part of all these cultural exchange programs is the connections that you make, the friends that you make. I'm still in contact with some of the people from my exchange program, and it feels so nice to have a connection, across the world. And when they message me, when they ask me, when they, we even greet each other's on our religious festivals and Independence Day, Christmas, and it feels so nice, to know somebody whom I may not see everybody, but I know them, and they know me and they know my country. It feels great to have represented Pakistan at such a big platform. And for you as well, I think you could feel the pride, when you tell them, oh, I'm from Pakistan. And yeah.
I would like to add here just one on how exactly she described the diversity of success, how it is made nowadays. I mean, so when I keep on visiting, I talk to a lot of youth and aspiring entrepreneurs, like, sitting over here. So many of you are, getting there, or you are already accomplished in your life. So generally the success, the ballpark of measuring success in our society, maybe, Kalfwala, Shalwar Kameez, and, a Land Cruiser and a mobile phone and a visibility, and, Hilux, we go Dallas, and, and all the visibility of the visuals. And, then, and of course, Pakistan ke andar hai na ki wo ji aapki visibility matter kar rahi hai, ki ji wo success emulate kar rahi. But then you compare it to the, मैं students को ये बताता हूँ कि अब आजकल जो real world success है, एक तो है ना कि you're a queen or you're a king of people's hearts. Now those hearts says that will be by virtue of your passion project. Passion project could be impactful, socially impactful, could be commercially impactful, could be transactionally impactful. किसी भी context में, I mean, you have an application, could be linked to food, hospitality, industry, learning, innovation, ed tech, hospitality tech, health tech, everything has a tech with the inducement of generative artificial intelligence, which is amongst us right now and challenging and disrupting every brick and mortar business, So the tech millionaires and the Gen Z and the whole ecosystem is disrupted. So you are a millionaire in Germany and billionaire in Germany or Munich in Austria and Switzerland or in China, Singapore, or I mean you have at the palm of your hand, you can conquer the world. You may have monetization elements attached to your, sitting over here, you're driving in business and connectivity with singers like Travis Scott and the other leading publication and music and the production industry. So I think, we, our youth generally, and in our country need to emulate those models. हम सिर्फ हार्डवेयर ब्रिक एंड मोटर की सक्सेस के लैंड क्रूजर ही लेनी है सर, लैंड क्रूजर ही लेनी है, तो बड़ी गड्डी, तो बड़ा घर, चीज़ें, अब सक्सेस अटेनमेंट पैशन भी उसके बियॉन्ड चला गया. So it's how impactful, and then by virtue of that passion project and impact, and then monetization will happen organically, sooner or later. Colonel Sanders की story से ना KFC के कहते हैं कि I mean he had tried like 50 times. I think by the age of upwards of 60, finally his recipe got through. And I think at 62 or upwards of 60, I mean then he became the largest franchise of Kentucky Fried Chicken, and so many success stories in Pakistan, which has sent out multinationals and businesses and so many startups, who have had the first mover advantage and all. It may take a longer time in terms of monetization, engagement, the right demographic, the right platforms. But I mean, if you get the right platforms converged together, could be through telcos, could be through digital outreach, connectivity. I mean, we are a large, I mean, at least through data networks, we are about 150, 160 million people are connected on our telco networks, let's say, to speak. Our telco operators in Pakistan primarily are big data streaming companies and all. And imagine the outpost of that, any idea which right away, backs the concept. It can really take a huge monumental shape.
Absolutely. Areej, आपको तो German आती थी. You were studying German since 6th grade. But do you think कि अगर आपको German आती थी तो आपको एक language barrier Germany में feel होता, या आप उस तरह से perform ना कर पाती in the camp जिस तरह आपने किया because you knew German?
Well, considering that German is among the most hardest languages in the world, I think it would have taken some time. But even I, being kind of fluent in German, I had to take quite a while to understand the dialects. So I do think that there's still a language barrier, but getting immersed in such camps is the way you overcome it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's a great insight on that. Isha, you also won the Cambridge Learners Award. What was that for?
Oh, so basically I got top in the world for Urdu, and I think it might be my biggest achievement so far. I mean, like, I'm still a student, so, and I think I think it's a sign of my commitment and devotion I put into my studies. It's not an easy job, and I'm really, really appreciate, and I'm really happy. I'm really proud of myself as well. And I think it takes arduous amounts of studying, not to burden anyone, but you really need to be committed, consistent. You need to have a schedule. And I think with all...
You have to be focused. Yeah. Because doing top in some subjects not easy.
Yeah. And with all that, I think anyone can get it. So.
And then you also did a research paper. Is it published or what stage is it?
So nanoparticles, they basically are small particles, really microscopic, and they can enhance brain surgery. I'm into neuroscience, so I've been researching upon them and trying to make innovative ways into like introducing them. So my research paper isn't fully published, but I've been experimenting with it.
Minahil, you're a law student at MIUC, and you recently participated in a moot competition where judges and lawyers from the Supreme Court of Pakistan were present as well. Tell me about that experience. You're a law student, and then you met all of these judges. Aapne kya seekha? What was your biggest learning takeaway?
Okay, so when I participated in the moot court, I was not quite aware of what's going to happen because it was my first moot court competition. But like with the help of my teachers and everyone, we got to understand what actually a moot is. And it's basically how you practice in courts. So like many Supreme Court lawyers, High Court lawyers were present there. And obviously when you meet a lot of people, you make connections with them. So like when we met them, we thought that, you know, there's going to be a barrier between them because they're like at a high place in their lives. And they're like Supreme Court and High Court lawyers. But I don't think so. They were quite friendly and quite like engaging with us and telling us how we should improve ourselves. Like while we were standing at the podium and speaking, they told us our mistakes. And obviously when someone was like practicing in Supreme Court and High Court, their experience is like epic.
Yeah.
And when they correct your mistakes and when you get to learn from them, it's another experience. It's actually quite different from how you do it before and how you're going to do it after. And I'm actually participating in my second moot court, which is actually an international moot.
Oh, wow.
So it's in West Moot Court competition. I'm sorry.
In Pakistan?
It's going to happen. The national rounds are going to happen in Pakistan, and they're going to happen on Saturday and Sunday. And the international rounds, they're going to happen in Almaty in Kazakhstan and Hong Kong. So I hope we're going to get there, and inshallah we will. It's an amazing experience, and our university gave us the opportunity to be part of it. And we were actually part of another international moot, which was JESUP. So like many people in Pakistan think we don't have opportunities. I mean, it's fine, but you have to find those opportunities. Everything is present online. It's on LinkedIn, everywhere. Like they publish it everywhere. So when you don't even try yourself, they're not going to come walking towards you and you're going to get
You have to search for the opportunity.
Exactly. That's how you're going to get those opportunities. And I think it's an amazing experience. I love working, and yeah, it's epic. Yeah.
And I feel like, sir, this is what institutions like Roots and MIUC do. They give you all these opportunities जो शायद आपको खुद से नहीं मिल रही. Like Minahil mentioned, all these moot court competitions. So this is what happens कि जब आप सही institution choose करते हैं अपनी degree के हवाले से जो आपको opportunities भी उस तरह से दे रहे हैं.
नहीं बिल्कुल absolutely आपने जो touch किया topic, I mean it's substantial. I mean how I've seen Minahil progress and grow and evolve, and some of the students, you know, अब जो अगर एक mindset ये होता है कि भाई सर अच्छा मुझे घर में you know मामा पापा बड़े चीज़ें कि सर opportunity नहीं मिल रही, ये नहीं है, बस सर टिकट कटाओ, गड्डी बैठाओ और वीज़ा लगाओ और मुल्क छोड़ के बाहर चले जाओ. ठीक है जी, एक माइंडसेट ये है कि जनाब वो 9 लाख बच्चा चला गया यूथ अपॉर्चुनिटी की तलाश में, वो जाए बाहर जाके आप देखो, जाके लोगों के साथ जो कनाडा गए हैं, मिसिसागा, मैं आपको बताऊं बहुत से ऐसे लोग हैं हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में एक्सटेंडेड, आई मीन बिकॉज वी हैव अ वास्ट आउटरीच, मुल्क में 50,000 से ज़ायद तलबा को इदारा तालीम दे रहे हैं. मोर देन दैट, आई मीन आई एम अ स्ट्रॉन्ग एडवोकेट ऑफ यूथ आउटरीच कैपेसिटी. मेरा तो दिन में 10 घंटे 12 घंटे भी कम है इन टर्म्स ऑफ कि हम किस तरीके से अपॉर्चुनिटी एक्सटेंड करके दें. और मैंने देखा है कि आई मीन थ्रू दिस मूट कोर्ट कॉम्पिटिशन वी हैव सीन स्टूडेंट्स लाइक Minahil and all, and of their focus, you're ambitious, they get connected to the fraternity of the legal field, the top lawyers, solicitors, the highest respected honorable members of our judiciary from high court, civil courts, supreme courts. I mean, they come and और जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने कॉन्टैक्ट्स को लेवरेज किया है, अपनी रिज्यूमेस बनाई हैं, कनेक्ट किया, उनकी प्लेसमेंट्स, उनकी फिर इंटर्नशिप्स वहाँ से शुरू हो गई. इंटर्नशिप्स के थ्रू उन्होंने 2-3 महीने काम किया, उसके बाद उन्होंने उनके साथ अपनी प्लेसमेंट्स करवा ली हैं टॉप बैरिस्टर्स प्रैक्टिशनर्स के साथ. उसके थ्रू आप प्रोफाइल, फिर आप बार एट लॉ पे जाओ, आपकी प्रोफाइलिंग है इन द यूएस, अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, इवन इन पाकिस्तान. देयर सो मच ऑफ लीगल capability, there's so much of legal activism in Pakistan. I think as we're fairly a young country in 75 years, what I promulgate, कि I mean there's a lot of constitutional amendment changes. अब कभी पार्लियामेंट का सेशन जाके देखा करें क्या क्या उसके अंदर उसका फिर इम्पैक्ट, उसका फिर कमर्शियल लॉ का एप्लीकेबिलिटी क्या है, कमर्शियल लॉ, सिविल लॉ, क्रिमिनल लॉ, कॉमन लॉ की एप्लीकेशन पाकिस्तान में, और फिर वो कॉमन लॉ तो पूरी दुनिया में इम्पैक्ट करता है. आजकल आपकी जनरेटिव आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, हाउ टेक इज ओवरशेपिंग द बिजनेसेस. Every tech application which you will create as a startup enterprise, it needs a legal provision. आपकी legal, मैं आपको बता, so many of our students, alumni, उन्होंने यहाँ पे, I mean, you know, the US multinationals and the European and North American multinationals, they're doing all their back office drafting work and monetizing on their capability and skills and billing them in thousands of dollars. अगर वही अमेरिका का वकील और बरतानिया और फ्रांस में वकील हायर होगा, वो उनको आवरली शायद 2000 यूरो चार्ज कर रहा हो, हमारा वकील यहाँ पे 200 यूरो पर आवर चार्ज कर रहा है. आप खुद देख लो. आई मीन आप उसको लेवरेज करो अपने प्रोफाइल. अच्छा, फिर हमारे वो स्टूडेंट्स ये कहते हैं कि अच्छा कि देखो अब PhDs और डिग्रीज और बेशुमार आप डिग्रीज लेके आ जाओ, लेकिन आज जब मैं देखता हूँ एबिलिटीज, हम जब इंटरव्यू भी करते हैं, वो सिर्फ पेपर डिग्री नहीं मैटर कर रही. आजकल मैटर कर रहा है स्किल क्या है. आप उसको दो, वो डबल MPhil, सर डबल MPhil, डबल PhD. I mean, I'm talking from as an employer standpoint. I mean, when all the leading multinationals and companies, the speakers, entrepreneurs, they come to we had visits from the leading telco CEOs, the Jazz CEO, the bank CEO. You know, we remember the UBL Global, which is Pakistan's largest bank. Their digital strategy and head from UK, from London, visited us last year. We've had corporate executives, employees from the Pakistan's biggest telco company, from Jazz, Telenor, Ufone, PTCL, all the banks. And when they come over here, वो कहते हैं मैं टैलेंट दिखाओ. वो कहते हैं जी मैं टैलेंट कैपेबिलिटी दिखाओ. और वो टैलेंट कहीं भी होगा, वो नॉर्वे में हो, स्वीडन में हो, चाइना में हो, पाकिस्तान में हो, ये चीज़ हमने डाली. अब हम जाके वो कंटेंट इंस्टा, फेसबुक के ऊपर जाके वो हेटफुल कंटेंट को देख के हम कहेंगे सर अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है, हम क्या करें, बस हम वीज़ा लगाओ बाहर जाओ. आप वीज़ा लगा के एवरेज स्किल्स के साथ दुबई में जाके भी कुछ नहीं कर सकते, आप लंदन जाके भी नहीं कुछ, आप शंघाई में जाके नहीं कर सकते. आपको स्किल पहले एम्बेलिश करनी है. और यूट्यूब की अगर तस्वीर के बगैर ऑटोमेशन के थ्रू लेवरेज करो, तब तो नई डिबेट चल रही. मैं सुन रहा था,
आप सब स्किल्स सीख सकते हैं.
ये देखें ना, इन्होंने सारी स्किल सीखी हैं यूट्यूब पे.
हर चीज अवेलेबल है. आप यूट्यूब से स्किल सीखे, देन आप लिंक्डइन से जाके अपनी प्रोफाइल बनाए और वहां पे उसको मार्केट करें.
बस एक्चुअली ये है ना कि देखें, अब ये वही बात है कि आप सबक पढ़ाते हो. अब लेट्स से आप A लेवल्स का, GCSEs का, A लेवल्स का, FSC का, सेकेंड ईयर का, फिर आप जनाब आप एक अगर लेट्स से ब्रिटिश डिग्री में लेते हो, आप अमेरिकन डिग्री में लेते हो, हमारे पाकिस्तानी हायर एजुकेशन के फॉर्मेट सिस्टम में आते हो, तो आपने ये देखना है कि आपने डिग्री टेक्सचुअल फॉर्मेट को कितना रियल लाइफ में अप्लाई करना. अब कितनी यूट्यूब पे कमेंट मवाद, इतना ज़्यादा कंटेंट अवेलेबल है. यूट्यूब है, यूडमी है, डिजिटल स्किल्स हैं, हमारे अपने यूनिवर्सिटी के पोर्टल्स, लर्निंग ऐप्स है. आपने उसको रियल लाइफ में किस तरह अप्लाई करना है. आई थिंक दैट कनेक्टिविटी गैप इज मिसिंग. उस गैप को एड्रेस करने के लिए फिर हम एज एन एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस, देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क. एकेडेमिया इंडस्ट्री लिंकेजेस के ऊपर, स्टूडेंट्स की प्लेसमेंट्स, कम से कम अभी सिर्फ समर वेकेशंस में हमने 500 से ज़ायद हमारे प्लेसमेंट ऑफिस ने स्टूडेंट्स की, यूनिवर्सिटी, हाई स्कूल्स की इंटर्नशिप प्लेसमेंट्स करवाई हैं. एंड हम दोज देव हैड देयर ओन बिग सेल्स गोइंग अराउंड इन डिफरेंट कम्युनिटी. कोई somebody is doing a pet project for rehabilitation of stray dogs and animals, rehabilitation उनको कर रहे हैं. कोई सोशल वर्क कर रहा है, सोशल इम्पैक्टफुल, कोई ऑर्फनेजेस में जाके काम कर रहे हैं, कोई लॉ फर्म्स में कर रहे हैं, कोई बैंकिंग, कमर्शियल एप्लीकेशन, लीगल फर्म्स, रियल एस्टेट. पाकिस्तान में रियल एस्टेट का चलो अभी तो अगर मार्केट स्लो है, लेकिन ये है कि उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आप सिर्फ यहाँ नहीं कर सकते, पूरी दुनिया में इस्लामाबाद बैठ के आप दुबई की रियल एस्टेट आप उधर जाके बैठ के कर सकते हो. आप ऑनलाइन ट्रेडिंग, क्रिप्टो, स्टॉक, कमोडिटी ट्रेडिंग, क्रिप्टो ट्रेडिंग, डिजिटल लेवरेज, उनके डमी अकाउंट्स बनते हैं. अच्छा, आपके पास अगर बैलेंस नहीं है, अभी ना सोचो कि मुझे जनाब को $10,000 तोहफे में देगा तो मैं जाके वो मेरी स्टार्टअप होगी. स्टार्टअप जो 1 लाख से वो 2,000, 5,000 से भी शुरू हो सकती है. आप पहले डमी स्किल्स तो सीखना शुरू करो. आप कमोडिटी ट्रेडिंग करो, आप गोल्ड ट्रेडिंग करो, आप करेंसी ट्रेडिंग करो, आप क्रिप्टो ट्रेडिंग करो. ऑनलाइन ट्रेडिंग को समझो तो सही. आप समझने पे आओ और फिर आगे उसको लोगों के जाके दिलों और उनके दिमागों पे उस चीज़ का इम्पैक्ट लेके आओ. हमारा ये है कि वो चैनलाइजेशन ऑफ द प्रोसेस, और उसमें हाँ चैलेंज है. शायद तालीमी इदारों को बहुत स्टेप अप करना है, हमारी यूनिवर्सिटीज को, इंस्टीट्यूशंस को, हुकूमत को, सब
इंस्टीट्यूशन बहुत एकेडमिकली फोकस्ड है. अब जैसे अरीज भी बाहर कैंप करके आई है, मैं भी करके आई हूँ, तो एक चीज़ जो डिफरेंस मुझे नज़र आता है कि वहाँ पे हमें बहुत सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ दी जाती हैं असाइड फ्रॉम स्टडीज़. आपके पास स्पोर्ट्स की अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं, आपके पास इतनी सारे स्किल बेस्ड काम है. जैसे अब मुझे नहीं पता था कि वेल्डिंग, जब मैं बाहर गई थी तो वहाँ पे एक क्लास थी वेल्डिंग की, یہاں پہ ہم ایک ویلڈر کو, ایک پلمبر کو کتنا ہم اس کو لائک کوئی اس کی جاب کو کنسیڈر ہی نہیں کرتے, بٹ وہاں پہ وہ اسکول ایز اے کورس اس کو پڑھا رہا تھا. تو بہت ضروری ہے کہ ہم اپنی ایکیڈیمکس کے ساتھ ایکسٹرا کریکولرس کو بھی پرائیورٹائز کریں.
اگری جی. آپ دیکھیے, آپ اگر وہ فلپینز ملک ہے, ان کی سب سے بڑی ایکسپورٹ ہی ان کی ہیومن مین پاور ہے. وہ کوئی آئی تھنک وہ 70-80 بلین ڈالر جو ہے وہ فلپینوز اراؤنڈ دا ورلڈ کنٹریبیوٹ کرتے ہیں بیک ان ٹو دا کنٹری. ہماری ایکسپیٹ پاکستانی جتنا ہماری ایکسپورٹ مین پاور ہے وہ بھی کوئی 28 سے 30 بلین ڈالر, اوور 30 بلین ڈالرز از ریپیٹریٹڈ بیک into our regime. I mean, we have 2.3 million Pakistanis in Saudi Arabia, over 1.7 million in UAE. The Pakistani doctors community in the United States is the most influential doctors community. I see so many of our alumni, so many of our best practitioners who are there in the US. وہ کہتے ہیں کہ وہ جو ڈاکٹرس کمیونٹی ہے ان کے اپنا فورمز ہیں, ان کا امپیکٹ, کیونکہ انہوں نے اپنا لوا منوایا ہے وہاں جا کے. صرف یہ نہیں ہے کہ وہ ہمارے ڈاکٹرز وہاں جا کے انہوں نے ایکچولی 30 سال لگائے ہیں, 40 سال لگائے ہیں برطانیہ میں. ہماری پاپولیشن, I think I was reading an article, Pakistanis are over 1 million people and they went back there and contributed in terms of the infrastructure post World War میں جا کے ان کی ریلوے لائنز, ان کی انڈسٹریلائزیشن پروسیس کے اوپر ہمارے اس ٹائم کی پورے گاؤں اور آباد ہو کے وہاں سے گئے ہیں. پوری کمیونٹیز ہماری نارتھ آف اسلام آباد سے یہاں سے ٹرانسفر, ان کی سیکنڈ تھرڈ جنریشنز آئی ہیں جو پھر پالیٹکس میں. in July I was there invited at the most prestigious our alumni forum. They invited at the Lincoln's Inn Society, hosted a reception hosted at the Lincoln's Inn, and then there was a member parliament, Sajid Javed, who gave a speech, and he was being honored and he was a Pakistani son of a bus driver in central Punjab. And it's another Arshad Nadeem story in the making. کہ ان لوگوں نے جب وہاں گئے تو بتا رہے تھے کہ how that gave me an opportunity. So many other Pakistanis in US and Norway and Dubai, Saudi. تو ہمارے ملک کے اندر بھی بہت آرگینک انٹرپرینورشپ مٹیریل ہے. صرف ہم نے اپنے گھر کو خود درست کرنا ہے. ہمارے اندر میں کہتا ہوں یہاں سے آپ شروع ہوئیں فرام گجر خان, جیلم, وزیر آباد, سیالکوٹ, گجراوالا, and you see the organic development from the lively and the farming, the green lands. کیا زبردست ہریالی سے لے کے آپ ذرا وہاں مڈل ایسٹ میں جائیں اور باقی ملکوں میں ذرا جائیں نا, وہاں جا کے دیکھیں ہم کو ہریالی, وہاں کسی جگہ آپ کو ریگستان نظر آئیں گے, کسی جگہ آپ کو باقی چیزیں. تو وہ ڈائیورسٹی آف کلائمیٹ, انگیجمنٹ, ہر چیز ہے اس ملک کے اندر. صرف یہ ہے کہ اس کا مسئلہ ہم نے اپنی انرجیز کو خود چینلائز کرنا ہے. ڈیجیٹل ورلڈ آرڈر, آئی تھنک کہ the onus is on to us on how we are able to leverage it.
اچھا, ایک اور بہت اس وقت پاکستان میں جو چیز میں نوٹس کر رہی ہوں کہ ہر کوئی باہر جانا چاہتے ہیں. جو FSC میں ہے, جو A levels میں وہ اپنے بیچلرس کے لیے جانا چاہ رہا ہے, جو بیچلرس میں وہ ماسٹرس کے لیے جانا چاہ رہے ہیں. تو مناہل, آپ نے کیوں نہیں کنسیڈر کیا, آپ نے کیوں ڈیسائڈ کیا کہ میں لا پاکستان سے کروں؟
I was planning to study law. میں نے کنسیڈر کیا تھا to move abroad. But when I looked into the complexities and to the pros and cons, basically, I realized that the things I'm going to get there, all those things were present in my home country, where I have a supportive family environment, a very supportive family, everything, and a very safe environment where I can work fully. لیکن پھر میں نے دیکھا تو وہاں سیٹل ہونے میں مجھے کافی ٹائم لگا. اینڈ وی نو کہ باہر جا کے اف یو وانٹ ڈو یور یونیورسٹی یو ہیو ٹو ورک ٹوگیدر. تو ان پاکستان
ایکسپینسز کے لیے تو
ایگزیکٹلی یو ہیو ٹو, آپ کے گھر والے دے کین اونلی پے یور فیسز, بٹ ٹو لیو دیر یو ہیو ٹو ورک, جو بھی ہے. اب بائی لیونگ ان پاکستان, جب میں نے ڈیسائڈ کیا کہ اپون میچور ریفلیکشن آئی ڈیسائڈیڈ کہ نہیں, I want to stay in Pakistan because that's the best option, and I am not at all disappointed on my decision, because all the opportunities I'm getting here, I'm gonna get all those opportunities there. Lekin wahan reach out karna, I think it would have been harder, because there the competition and everything, it's much harder. لیکن یہاں it's way easier, and many people are, it's unfortunate actually that many people are not aware of all those opportunities. لیکن I hope after some time we're gonna get to know about all these things, because as I'm delving into this career, and I'm gonna make it as my career inshallah, because many people, due to lack of opportunities, they leave it as a career and they don't choose to study law بیچ میں آ کے, because I see students getting unmotivated, وہ کہتے ہیں کہ
why is it, آپ کو کیا, کیونکہ جابس نہیں ہے پاکستان میں, یا کیا ریزن ہے آپ اس کو پرسو نہیں کرتے؟
I think jobs ہے, motivation نہیں ہے. motivation agar students mein ho, they can do anything in this world, because success, it's not a shortcut. There's no way to like achieve success while getting through a shortcut. You have to work harder, because as sir mentioned, abhi bahut zyada internships hoyi hain. In my own class we have like 45 plus students, and most of them who really wanted to work, actually they like our university ma'am Roha, or HOD, she actually got us enrolled in many internships. And اسی طرح جیسے ہمارا موڈ کوٹ ہوا, وہاں ایک بیرسٹر آئے تھے, I worked with them for an internship. And I think اسی طرح, because law ایک ایسی فیلڈ ہے جہاں آپ کو کنیکشنز بنانا بہت ضروری ہے.
آئی تھنک ہر فیلڈ میں آپ کنیکشنز کی بیس پہ ہی ایکسل کرتے ہیں.
Exactly. آپ کے اگر کنیکشنز نہیں ہوں گے, there is no way people are going to reach out to you. If you have proper connections, you know, like you interact with people, that's how you're going to make connections. لیکن پاکستان میں ایک تو کانفیڈنس کی بہت کمی ہے, موٹیویشن کی بہت کمی ہے, کیونکہ لوگ بہت جلدی ڈس ہارٹ ہو جاتے ہیں.
ایک ہوپلیسنس کا فیکٹر بھی آ جاتا ہے جب آپ پاکستان میں, آپ اپنا فیوچر سوچتے آپ کو کچھ نظر نہیں آتا.
ایگزیکٹلی. لیکن جیسے جیسے آپ محنت کرتے ہو خود پہ, دیکھیں اب پرسوں like we had an orientation session where a student was talking about nepotism. Nepotism is there, لیکن they want the best for their law firm. Actually, اگر آپ خود بہتر ہو, they would not love to hire their own children or anyone from their own relatives. وہ چاہیں گے جو ان کی لا فرم کے لیے بہتر ہے, جو ان کے کریئر کے لیے بہتر ہے. کوئی بھی they don't like to put their careers on stack just to like maintain family relations. They want the best for their law firms. And as I work, because I'm a first generation lawyer, like no one from my family knows what law is. So like I made connections. I got to know a lot of people are great in this field, just like missing off opportunities. And opportunities are present in Pakistan in every field, not just law. I would say in arts even, because پاکستان میں آرٹس کا اسکوپ بالکل نہیں ہے. تو اگر ہم آرٹس میں بھی دیکھیں, آرٹس میں بھی بہت زیادہ اپرچونیٹیز پریزنٹ ہیں.
آئی فیل لائک کہ اب جو ہے لوگوں کا یہ مائنڈ سیٹ میں ایک شفٹ آیا ہے. پہلے تو صرف ڈاکٹر انجینئر بننا تھا, ناؤ آئی سی کہ آرٹس کو لوگ پروموٹ کر رہے ہیں. دیر از اے مائنڈ سیٹ میں چینج آ گیا. لائک ایون مائی سسٹرس, میں نے اگر سائنس پڑھی ہے تو مائی پیرنٹس ول ناٹ کہ یار ان نے بھی سائنس ہی پڑھنی ہے. وٹ ایور دے وانٹ ٹو ڈو, لیٹ دیم ڈو وٹ دے آر پیشنیٹ اباؤٹ. سو اٹس گڈ ٹو سی دا چینج, بٹ آئی فیل لائک ابھی بھی اس طرح سے نہیں آیا جس طرح سے آنا چاہیے ہماری کنٹری کو سکسیڈ کرنا.
Backward areas may people still have that mindset that they want to become a doctor. And recently I was reading something that over 7,000 MBBS doctors are unemployed, and they have spent over 1 crore on their degrees, which is actually quite unfortunate, because parents ke force karne pe you do MBBS, then you don't get good grades, then you don't get jobs. So it's actually quite unfortunate, because ہم لوگوں کو یہ سمجھ نہیں آ رہی ہم نے کرنا کیا ہے. اگر جب ہم یہی اویئرنیس لے آئیں گے نا اپنے اندر کہ ہم نے آخر میں پڑھنا کیا ہے, کرنا کیا ہے,
one thing that I want to do.
exactly what I want to do, اگر میں وہی کروں گی, like I love to speak, I love to stand for justice. پاکستان میں we know all the situations happening. People are like quite saddened about how
minority rights کا جو ایشو چل رہا ہے,
exactly
the injustices that are happening in the tribal areas.
they think that they're not going to get justice. And I don't think so it's their fault, it's the situation of our country. But I think until you're going to fight for that, you're going to achieve it. Because اگر آپ تھوڑا سا محنت کرو گے اس چیز کے لیے اور چھوڑ دو گے, you're gonna get nothing. لیکن اگر آپ تھوڑا لڑو گے اس چیز کے لیے, and people are gonna get to know about all those things, تو اسی طرح لوگوں کو پتہ لگے گا, and they're gonna get awareness. اور اگر ایک ایگزامپل سیٹ ہوگی تو اور بھی لوگ آئیں گے جسٹس کے لیے. So yeah.
اچھا ایشل, ابھی جس طرح مناہل بات کر رہی تھی ہیومن کنیکشنز کی, you're working with the central bank. How important do you think human connections are?
I mean, connections in every field are very important. I mean, if you want to step out of your comfort zone and if you want to do something, then the one thing that can pave your way through is connections only. I remember when I started doing research, I was just an undergrad student. Most of the undergrad students don't really get into this field just because it comes to the credibility. When it comes to research, when there is an MPhil student or there is a PhD student, they always give preference to them because they are more mature. They have known techniques that are running in the world. But being an undergrad student, I faced a lot of challenges when it came to this. But just because I had worked with my faculty at IBA, so those connections actually helped me build that staircase that I had to go to work with the World Bank and work with Miftah Ismail, which I'm currently working on a project with him in Karachi. And it also, it was just because of the connections that being an undergrad student, I'm the only one who has co-authored a book with Dr. Ishrat Hussain, which is still in the process, and it will be published by next year, inshallah. So I feel like that connections is an important aspect when it comes to any field, be it law, be it economics, be it sports, anything for that matter.
You're also serving as the country director for the Clean Up South Asia campaign. Tell me about your role.
Yeah, so basically I went on a conference in Sri Lanka where students were present from all over South Asia. And there when we were discussing about the environmental damage that is happening in the Global South, even though Global South is not contributed that much to climate change, but it is being affected badly. So at that point, I came up with this initiative where I gathered my fellows from Nepal, India, Bhutan, and Bangladesh. And we sort of came up with this idea that in our countries, we'll gather youth and we'll work on cleaning up and building sustainability in Pakistan and other South Asian countries. So since it is just in the beginning, right now my role primarily is to gather youth and bring on board organizations such as WWF and some entrepreneurs who are working on sustainable battery development, and entrepreneurs who are working on developing products that are going to affect the sustainability and the resilience of Pakistan against natural disasters. So that is what is happening right now, and let's see what happens in the future.
This is a great initiative, Ishal. And also, I feel like the stage for Pakistan is वक्त है, we really needed it.
Yeah.
And then it is also a great example कि आपके पास opportunity नहीं थी, but you created it for yourself, and not only for yourself, but for the other youth of Pakistan as well. So a great initiative. I hope कि it works out well and you get success in this project. My last question for Muhammad Hassan, आपके लिए मेरा ये सवाल है कि अच्छा जब freelancing करते हैं तो आपके पास Fiverr भी है, आपके पास Upwork भी है, हम कैसे डिसाइड करें कि हमने कौन से प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाके काम करना है?
So basically, अगर आप beginner हैं, like you started doing freelancing, तो I think you should make your profile on Fiverr, because Fiverr पे ये होता है कि आपको पैसे इन्वेस्ट नहीं करने पड़ते as compared to Upwork. अब Upwork में ये होता है, उसमें आपको biddings होती हैं, bids आपको करनी होती है बाय. अब जो 300 bids है वो आपको $40 की कॉस्ट करती है. तो अगर आप एज अ बिगिनर है तो आपको Upwork तो नहीं, एज अ फाइवर, लाइक फाइवर पे आपको अपना अकाउंट बनाना चाहिए, एंड देन आप यूट्यूब से सर्च करें लाइक हाउ टू गिग रैंक्स वगैरह, क्योंकि जो फाइवर का एल्गोरिथम रन करता है वो रन करता है रैंक्स के तौर पे, कि जैसे अगर आप लेवल 1 के सेलर हुए, आपके अकाउंट पे पहला ऑर्डर प्लेस हुआ है, फाइवर आपको दूसरे पेज, लाइक इट्स काइंड ऑफ पेज, लाइक आपको 10 पेजेस फाइवर देता है, उस पर लाइक आपकी सर्विसेज, आपकी शॉप्स शो हो रही होती हैं. जब आपके गिग पे ऑर्डर प्लेस होता है देन वो आपके फर्स्ट पेज पे आती है, एंड देन उसके बाद ये था आपकी जर्नी स्टार्ट होती है फ्रॉम लेवल 1 से लेकर टॉप रेटेड सेलर तक. सो अब जिस तरह
इसके कितने लाइक लेवल 1 2 3 एंड देन टॉप रेटेड?
द थर्ड वन इज टॉप रेटेड, जो सबसे लाइक हाईएस्ट होता है. उसके बाद फाइवर प्रो अकाउंट्स है, उसके बाद फाइवर चॉइस वगैरह, ये सारी चीज़ें.
लेकिन फाइवर बहुत क्राउडेड नहीं हो गया?
ये डिपेंड करता है आपकी कीवर्ड पे, आपकी नीश पे. अब जिस तरह मेरा VFX है, सो इसमें मेरी लाइक 2 कीवर्ड्स हैं. जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया था उस टाइम पे उस पर 3500 gigs थी, विच इज़ नॉट क्वाइट अ लॉट. बट मैंने जब स्टार्ट किया था तो ये है कि 2022 में मैंने स्टार्ट किया था. देन मुझे जो फर्स्ट ऑर्डर मिला था वो 2022 के अक्टूबर में. सो अक्टूबर में जो पहला ऑर्डर मिला था वही मेरा पहला ऑर्डर कैंसिल हो गया था, बिकॉज वो काम मुझे आता नहीं था, क्योंकि मैं आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स के साथ लाइक इतना फेमिलियर नहीं था.
ओके.
उसके बाद ये कि 2023 से मेरी लाइक सही जर्नी स्टार्ट हुई, जिसमें फ्रीलांस वगैरह मुझे ज़्यादा फाइवर से होने लग गया. अब ये कि मैं टॉप रेटेड सेलर होने वाला हूँ. सो ये कि उसके बाद लाइक कंटेंट क्रिएशन जब साथ आया तो इट्स लाइक कि फाइवर 50-50 हो गया, कि आए ना आए कोई इतना इशू नहीं, क्योंकि मार्केटिंग जब अपनी स्किल्स की ऑनलाइन सोशल मीडिया पे करते हैं तो वो आपको ये फ्रीलांस प्लेटफॉर्म की ज़्यादा ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती है एज़ कम्पेयर टू लाइक कि आप किसी एजेंसी के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, या तो कोई आपका लिंक्डइन में आप किसी कंपनी के साथ हायर हुए. ये डिफरेंट काफ़ी चीज़ें होती हैं. अगर ये आप सोशल मीडिया पे करते हो देन ये कि आप अपना कोर्स वगैरह भी सेल कर सकते हो, देन आप अपनी सर्विसेज भी बड़े यूट्यूबर्स वगैरह क्लाइंट्स वगैरह को सेल कर सकते हो. सो ये आई थिंक सोशल मीडिया इज़ like a good way as compared to Fiverr and Upwork.
I feel like بہت سارے لوگ جو اسکلس فائور یا اپورک پہ بیچ رہے ہوتے ہیں وہ ان نے کورسز بنا کے انسٹاگرام پہ سوشل میڈیا مارکیٹنگ کا کورس, ڈیجیٹل مارکیٹنگ کا کورس, دس از آلسو اندر وے آف انکم جو آپ کر سکتے ہیں.
ہاں کورسز ہے, بٹ پاکستان میں کورسز کا ٹرینڈ لائک ریسنٹ ایئر شروع ہوا تھا, تو ہر بندہ لائک کورس سیل کرے, میرا کورس لے
شاپیفائی کا بھی کورس ہے اور
آپ ملینئر بن جائیں گے وغیرہ. اب ہماری جو یوتھ ہے وہ یہی سب دیکھتی ہے, وہ فینٹیسی چیزوں کو دیکھتی ہے, اس طرح اور اس کے پاس یہ چیز ہے تو مجھے وہ چاہیے تو میں اب یہ کروں گا تو دن میں بن جاؤں گا. ایسا ہوتا نہیں ہے, بیکاز جو نالج ان کے پاس ہوتی ہے, تو اگر وہ تو پہلی بات تو یہ کہ جو نالج والا بندہ ہوگا وہ آپ کو کبھی لائک سیکرٹ چیز نہیں شیئر کرے گا, اگر کر بھی دے تو اٹس لائک ڈفرینٹ 50-50 چانس ہوتا ہے. مگر یہ کہ اگر آپ یوٹیوب سے سرچ کرتے ہیں نا, یہ کہ وہ آپ کی سیلف لرننگ ہوگی, آپ کو اس میں کوئی مسئلہ نہیں ہوگا. آپ اگر کسی چیز میں پھنستے ہیں, آپ جب خود سے اس کو فائنڈ آؤٹ کریں گے دین یہ کہ آپ کی لرننگ میں بھی زیادہ اضافہ ہوگا ایز کمپیئر ٹو لائک اگر آپ کورس لے لیں. یا تو کورس میں ہوتا ہے کہ 1v1 سیشن ہوتا ہے, کوئی لوگ لائیو اسٹریم پہ کرتے ہیں, کچھ لوگ
ریکارڈنگز, ہاں وہ ایک دفعہ سیشن کراتے ہیں, اس کی ریکارڈنگ کر لیتے ہیں اور باقی پھر اسی کو جو ہے نا یوز کر کے دے آر جسٹ یوزنگ دا ریکارڈنگس.
کچھ ہیں پاکستان میں جو 1v1 سیشن کرتے ہیں, لائک ڈسکورڈ یا زوم پہ میٹنگ کرتے ہیں, دین اس پہ یہ کہ آپ لائیو سیشن میں آپ بات بھی کر سکتے ہیں. بٹ یوزلی یہ زیادہ ہوتا ہے کہ ریکارڈڈ ویڈیوز ہوتی ہیں, وہ یوڈیمی, اسکل شیئر, وہاں پہ آپ کو لائک لنک وغیرہ لگا دیتے ہیں پرومو کوڈ کے ساتھ, دین آپ بائی کرتے ہو, تو اٹس لائک ریکارڈڈ ویڈیوز دیکھ رہے. بس یہ کہ آپ وہی
یوٹیوب پہ بھی کر سکتے ہیں,
سب کچھ یوٹیوب پہ اویلیبل ہے, ایچ اینڈ ایوری تھنگ. بس یہ کہ آپ کو فائنڈ آؤٹ کرنا, آپ کو لائک پتہ ہو کہ آپ کیا چیز دیکھ رہے ہو, کیا چیز آپ کرنا چاہ رہے ہو, کس چیز میں آپ نے آگے بڑھنا ہے, صرف آپ کو اس چیز کا پتہ ہونا چاہیے. باقی یہ کہ ہارڈ ورک اور یہ ان سب چیزوں کا نا یہ ڈپینڈ کرتا ہے کہ اگر آپ جیسے اگر آپ ایز اے وی ایف ایکس آرٹسٹ, اگر میں ویڈیو ایڈیٹنگ میں جاؤں نا, تو ویڈیو ایڈیٹنگ اینڈ وی ایف ایکس وہ تو ڈفرینٹ چیزیں. اگر آپ ویڈیو ایڈیٹنگ سے آگے جانا چاہتے ہیں دین آپ آتے ہیں 2D اینیمیشن, دین آتے ہیں آپ 3D اینیمیشن. 3D اینیمیشن کے بعد لائک کچھ سافٹ ویئرز ہوتے ہیں جس طرح سنیما 4D ہو گیا, بلینڈر ہو گیا, اینڈ لائک ہوڈینی وغیرہ. اب ہوڈینی, سنیما 4D, مایا وغیرہ, یہ سارے انڈسٹری سافٹ ویئرز ہیں جو وی ایف ایکس وغیرہ میں یوز ہوتے ہیں. اب ایز کمپیئر ٹو بلینڈر یہ کہ آپ 3D اینیمیشن, ماڈلنگ وغیرہ اس میں بھی یوز کر سکتے ہیں. اب وی ایف ایکس سے جو آگے لائک اگر آپ بندہ کرے, اس میں وی ایف ایکس میں سب نیچز ہوتی ہیں 10 سے 15 قسم کی. اٹس لائک روٹوسکوپنگ ہوگی, اسکلپٹنگ ہوگی, میچ موونگ ہوگی, کمپوزٹنگ ہوگی. اس کے بعد آتا ہے AR اینڈ VR, آگمنٹڈ ریئلٹی اینڈ ورچوئل ریئلٹی. اس کا فیوچر ابھی پاکستان میں آئی ڈونٹ تھنک, میں نے دیکھا نہیں ہے. ابھی پاکستانی, امریکن پاکستانی ہے, انہوں نے ابھی اپنا اسٹارٹ اپ امریکہ میں کیا ہے, بٹ یہ کہ ان کی جو آڈینس ہے, جو ان کے لائک ڈاؤن لوڈس, ان کے جو ایپ کے ہیں ڈاؤن لوڈرز ہیں, وہ پاکستان اور امریکہ کے ہیں, مگر جو ریشو پاکستان کے وہ زیادہ ہے ایز کمپیئر ٹو امریکن. سو اس میں یہ ہوتا ہے کہ آپ اپنا فون یوز کرتے ہیں, دین لائک ایک دفعہ صرف آپ کو لیڈار سے اسکین کرنا پڑتا ہے, دین یہ کہ وہاں پہ 3D آبجیکٹس آپ پلیس کرتے ہیں, دین وہاں پہ آپ گیمس وغیرہ کھیل سکتے ہیں لائیو موبائل پہ اپنے.
دیٹ از انٹرسٹنگ. اور یہ ٹیکنالوجی ابھی پاکستان میں ابھی ہو گئی ہے, آ گئی, ہم یوز کر سکتے ہیں.
جی, ایک ایپ ہے جادو AR. سو یہ کہ وہ ایک گیم ہے, تو اس میں یہ کہ آپ یہ ایپ کر سکتے ہیں, لیکن یہ وہ iOS وغیرہ میں سپورٹڈ ہے, اینڈرائڈ وغیرہ میں نہیں.
Okay. Well, that's the end of our podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time out and coming to this. I really hope کہ ہماری audience کے لیے یہ podcast insightful رہی ہوگی. آپ ہمارے پاس بہت سارے alumni تھے. I really hope کہ you learned something from each one of them. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Allah Hafiz.